The anime known as Masamune Kun's No Revenge released in early 2017 and ran until May/March. It might have been March that it released, but Masamune Kun's No Revenge is a very simplistic anime like the previous two animes I've talked about. And you're probably wondering why there's a theme of very slice of life slash simplistic animes. And that is because during a few months, 2 to 3 years ago, I went through and I rewatched or watched animes like Masamune Kun, like Campione, like it most animes that were releasing back then. And one of the standout things about Masamune Kun's Revenge is that this is a guy, the MC Masamune or Makabe, whatever you want to call him. This is a guy who was pretty much bullied as a kid, and he wanted to change himself as he got to an adult or teenager, whatever you want to say. But he was bullied, and the girl that he used to hang out with, obviously the Aki Adagaki, the girl who was kind of known as the cruel princess in the story, was kind of the one that basically stirred him on to become better. And now that he's back in the anime, you kind of see two sides of his character where he does like this whole Jekyll and Hyde thing where outside talking to Adagaki or any of the girls, he's kind of very he's a bit of a playboy, but inside he's wanting to teach her a lesson for the things she did in the past. And do you know what? Surprisingly, I like that. There are very few animes that do that nowadays. I mean, I can think of one, Konosuba. Konosuba does that perfectly. The MC doesn't care whatsoever. He'll do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to worry about the consequences because he believes in his own words. But yeah, getting back to Masamune Kun's Revenge, that anime specifically is very, very well done. It's got a mix of romance, it's got a mix of comedy, it's got a mix of action, or a little bit of action anyway. It doesn't have as much, and the theme really is centered around the school and the different relationships the MC forms, and you can kind of see that with girls like Adagaki. You get to see it with Fujinamiya, is it how you pronounce it? You get to see it with Futaba, the girl with short hair. I think she was blonde. You get to see it with the maid, Yoshino, and you even get to see it with his mother, and you get to see what she's like and how what their relationship is with mother and son. You get to see it with sister. His sister's a bit disgusted by him, but you get the point. You get to see what they were like with him, and you get to see the different relationships he has with different people, and you get to see the way he is with different people too. And that's a big part of what makes the anime fun. Now, I wouldn't say it's like amazing, one of the best animes out there, but it's definitely an anime where you could put it on in the background and play a game like I used to back in 2018, where I'd watch the anime in like double sub. Sometimes I'd watch it in dub, have have a game I'm playing and watch it in the background and be able to just look over every few seconds and see what's going on because it gives me two things to do and it would really intrigue me. But when I did rewatch it recently and I got to have a proper look, it's definitely one of the animes that are very chilled. If you want to watch something fun instead of something dark or something based on action, you definitely get to see something that's focused around high school. And some of you that might be watching are in high school, so you kind of can get the vibe that's going on with the anime, or some of you might have been in high school and you might be able to see what's going on. But yeah, just getting back to the main point, I keep getting distracted with all like the little quirks the stories have. I mean, what I really like about the characters in this anime specifically is that they are well done. Like Makabe, he goes from like a shy fat kid to a what you would call a gentleman that wants to get with Adagaki for revenge. And I know that's a bit of a dick move to do, but you get to see the kindness that he does show off to the other girls too, and that's just towards Adagaki in general. That isn't towards the other girls. They're a different story in general. And I do like the idea of the cruel princess being this kind of bitchy character that hates all men somewhat, and she has a temper. She has this little villainous feeling about her where she just always comes off as arrogant, I guess you could say, because she's rich. And yes, she is rich in the story, I'm pretty sure. Then you got Fuji no Miya. She's a different case. She's more of the ditzy, generic kind of MC girl that you would expect in most animes like SAO. She reminds me of her looks remind me a bit of Asuna. Some of her personality quirks do remind me of Asuna too, but for the most part, she's kind of acting within the anime, if that makes sense. You can tell she's acting, and she is definitely in love with Makabe, but obviously well, I'll let you watch the anime to see. Then you get Futaba, who clearly likes Makabe, and you get to see it, although it's not as obvious. Um, she's more of a supporting character, so you don't really get to notice. And then you get Yoshino, who's kind of like the one urging Makabe to do these things to Arigaki, and you get to see the progression of their relationship through the manga and the anime in general, where she just pushes him and pushes him and pushes him to do this and that, and she's like, if you don't do this, I'm gonna make sure that your thingy's been discovered. And he goes, all right, I'll do it then, and then he forces himself to do it, and that's where you get to see the whole adventure between the two, Arigaki and Masamune. And that's where it kind of like ends off in season one. You get the point into the story where you get to see what's going on at the end, where he's kind of faking a relationship towards the end of the series with, I think it's a servant or it's a member of the Arigaki clan or family, whatever you want to call it, in the company, because I think they do own a company that's got a bit of money behind them. She's basically a man-hater. She can't keep a man, and you kind of get to see her introduced as well as like someone who's in the background of the Arigaki family. And that's another thing as well. If I did have one complaint, it would be that why not bring the family of the Arigaki family into the story? Why not? There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you could introduce the mother or the father or two just to throw Makabe off. Maybe, when they get closer into, let's say they release another season, which I'm pretty sure they will, by the way. Why can't they just throw a spanner into the woodworks and have Makabe be frightened by the father of Aki Arigaki, and be like, if you leave my daughter, I'm gonna kill you or something like that. That is like a typical thing you'd see in an anime, but they've not done that in this series yet, and it'd be interesting to see something like that. But I digress. It's probably not going to happen. I don't think it's happened in the light novel, and I don't think it's happened in the manga. But yeah, that's just my opinion. And if I also had to nitpick, I'd probably say the second season needs to roll around quickly, because I feel like I watched this anime when it first came out, and it's been what, 5 years now, and whilst time passes quickly, I want to see the next season, and I'm glad that it's getting another season. I'm pretty sure I'll probably leave a picture of like the trailer or something in the video as I'm editing this, and I'm glad that it's going to be a second season, because I don't really want to read the manga of it. I'm sure it's a good manga or a good light novel, whatever you want to read or watch or whatever. But I'd rather watch the anime for this, because it's much easier too. And I'm currently reading a bunch of different mangas and waiting for them to release, so I don't really want to add any more on, because I'd have to restart it as well. Anyway, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to probably make another review on a different anime now, and I'm probably also going to edit as well to make sure that this video is the best quality it can be and get it out to you guys. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be perfect. Yeah, thank you for watching this, and let me know if you disagree or have anything you'd maybe want me to consider going into my future reviews or whatnot, because I basically just went through what I like, what the characters are like, what the storyline is about, and my harsh, not harsh critics, but like what I'd want more from the anime. And yeah, if I had to give a rating for this anime, it would probably be 6.5, maybe a 7 out of 10. It could do improvements on the second season, which could push it up to a 7.5. But yeah, we'll have to see then. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and yeah, peace.